Morning. It's the first day of spring, and I thought we'd come out and have a little discussion, and we're going to have a discussion about organic. The term organic is what we're going to talk about today. There's a lot of discussion about this. Of course, it's the big catchphrase out there. Everything needs to be organic. I'm going to have organic. Let me give you an example. A lot of people use cardboard or saying put cardboard on the bottom of your beds. Is that an organic? Now, do you have an organic garden? Probably not. And why is that? Because if your cardboard that you're using contains any type of fungicide, any type of wax on it, or any colored inks, you have been kicked out of the certified organic program. Did you know that? It's not allowed. So if your cardboard that you're putting on, a lot of people putting cardboard down, if there's colored inks, any kind of wax on it, or any type of antifungal on it, you no longer have an organic garden. So I'm going to cover this stuff, and I'm going to give you some resources, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So hold on. Howdy. So it's the first day of spring, and it was actually kind of chilly this morning. It was 39 degrees. Today we're going to talk about, I just want to go over, I want to kind of summarize this because, man, this can get really confusing when we start talking about organic certified, and natural products. So let me try and clear it up for you. First of all, so I'm going to talk a little bit about our lawns, but I'm also going to talk about our gardens. We're going to be doing a lot of natural stuff this year, and I guess if you want to call it organic, you can call it organic. But let's talk about the term organic. This is a piece of fruit, and this is an organically certified fruit. What does that mean? That means that it has been certified through the USDA organically grown program. Food that you eat that is produced, granola bars, fruit, vegetables, is certified organic by the USDA. It's a different program altogether when we start talking about garden and lawn products. When we start talking about things like fertilizers and minerals and additives for our garden and for our lawn, the term organic is different. That term is governed by the OMRI. It's an institute, it's an organically certifiable institute that looks at products, takes them in, reviews them, and says this is either certified organic or not certified organic. Now, a lot of states strictly follow that rule. So if you use the word organic on a product in certain states, it has to meet, it's windy. It has to meet those guidelines. It has to be certified organic. Other states, not so much. The other problem is places, eBay, Amazon, everywhere online. If you're buying something online, there are no real controls over the word organic. Anyone can say organic, but they get confused with natural and organic. That's really not a huge problem. It is more so a mindset, and the mindset is this natural? Am I using something natural or am I using something synthetic? And I think that's the best way to look at it. Is something more natural or is it synthetic? And that's really what you have to sort of look at when you're talking about things like your lawn and things like the garden. Harmful, sometimes pesticides and that kind of stuff. So where am I going to start with this? The first thing I'm going to do is I spent an hour this morning looking at a really cool sheet. For me, it's really cool. It might be boring for you, but the OMRI put out, it's a 117-page document, and on each page there's probably 50 different line items, and it defines what is allowed, what is prohibited, and what is partially prohibited. So you can look up almost anything. If you want to look up molasses, you can find out, is molasses allowed in a certifiable organic program? Pressure-treated lumber. Is pressure-treated lumber allowed in a certified organic program? A lot of people don't know because over the years they've removed the arsenic out of lumber and they've replaced it with copper. So is that allowed in an organic program? But basically, I really want you to think about, if you're really stuck on this, which I'm not, by the way, if you're really stuck on this organic craze, then you need to think more about natural versus synthetic. So let me give you an example. PGF Complete is a synthetic fertilizer. Like the majority of fertilizers, it's a synthetic product. It contains synthetic nutrients that we put down on our lawn, and it makes your grass grow. It cannot be certified organic because it contains synthetic chemicals. However, organic fertilizers do not work well in the spring. Let me reemphasize that. Organic fertilizers do not work well when temperatures are cool. Why is that? This is a tray of organic material. This is chicken crumbles, chicken feed. These are alfalfa pellets. This is the new Dirt Booster product. If you don't have heat, if you don't have microbes, if you don't have fungus, these products, organic type fertilizers, can't be broken down and digested. Then that's how the nutrients get released. We also want good microbes and good fungus, and that doesn't happen until it gets warmer. So that's why on our lawns in the springtime, to get them going, we never use organic fertilizers. We always come out with a synthetic fertilizer, and we can switch over if you want to. You can switch over to organic products. Once the temperature warms up, we get into the 80s, we can start using organics. And I'll talk about that program here in a minute. But it actually is pretty interesting. So you just have to remember, some things are called organic, but they're not certified organic. They have to contain, if it's certified organic and it's an input product. So in other words, I'm putting it into the ground and growing produce that will later be certified by the USDA as organic. That's controlled by OMRI. So anything that we put into the ground that produces our food, granola bars, fruit, whatever it is, anything that's used in that production process, an input, is controlled by OMRI. And if you want certified organic, it has to have that seal on it. So let's talk about our gardens. This is dirt. So basically I have dirt in here. If I were to add natural chicken feed into here, I'm probably no longer certified organic, but it's a natural product. There's nothing crazy in there. There's no crazy chemicals. So I still feel good about that. Alfalfa pellets. If I add alfalfa pellets in here, I am no longer certified organic because those alfalfa pellets are not OMRI listed. So now I'm no longer certified organic, but it's natural. Dirt Booster. Dirt Booster. Half of what's in Dirt Booster is certified organic, but the corn and the molasses particles are not certified organic. So no, I'm not certified organic, but it's all natural. Do you understand? So there's a big difference between certified organic, organic, and natural. If something is natural and you're using it, you feel good about it, and that's why we invented the Dirt Booster product. We no longer use any synthetic fertilizers inside of our garden. We make these super compost piles. They heat up to almost 150 degrees. We take that, we put it in here, we get good microbes, good fungus, all the nutrients we need, biochar, everything. So that's what we're doing with our gardens. So it's natural, I feel good about it. Now let's talk about our lawns for a minute. Okay, so let's talk about our lawns for a minute. If I use a chemical fertilizer on my lawn, chemical fertilizers have the best results, especially in the springtime. That's why we use them. But if I put down an organic product, a true organic product, let's say it's chicken feed, it's not going to do anything for my lawn in the springtime. And why is that? It's heat, it's microbes, it's fungus. This needs to be broken down by soil microbes and fungus, and it's not going to happen in the springtime. Yes, it's effective in the summertime, and that's when we'll put it down. So what we'll do is we'll take these chicken crumbles, and I link to everything down below. We're going to spread them out on our lawn. We're going to put them out real heavy. We're going to put them out on our lawn. We're going to come back with a mixture. I'll be doing a video on this, so hold on. Super juice plus a wetting agent plus a microbial booster pack. Late in the afternoon, early evening, we'll put all this down, we'll spray it, and all that stuff will interact, and all the good stuff will start to happen. It'll feed your lawn, and it cannot burn your lawn. That's why we use it in the summertime. You got that? this organic raw material, natural material like soybean and chicken feed cannot burn your lawn, but it will feed it. It will also, as it degrades, will enrich your soil, and that's why we put down the black particles here, which are humichar, carbon, humic acid, and your soil will start to improve. Now, I will say there are products out there that are made from bio products, bio waste, and sewage sludge. Those are not organic. They cannot be certified organic. They have been removed from all the certified organic lists. So a lot of people consider those organic. They're not. So a sewage sludge and bio waste products cannot be certified organic. You will not find the term certified organic on their labels anywhere on their labels. They're not allowed to produce it. So that's why what we use is we use synthetic fertilizers to get our lawns going in the springtime. Then in the summertime, we can still use them, but we can supplement with natural stuff. We can put this out. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you're going to attract birds. I don't have any problems with anything. I don't have any bugs. I don't have any birds. I wish they would. I wish they'd come by because I want the wildlife in it. I want them to be pooping on my lawn. That's good stuff. So anyways, that's the difference. That's what we'll be doing for our lawns, and I'll have a video out there in a while for you. So let me make a point really clear. I am not Mr. Strictly Organic. That's not what I am. I use chemicals all the time. I use chemical fertilizers. I use chemical pesticides when my lawn needs it. I have no issues with that. But I understand that there are a lot of people that really want to focus more on the organic side of things. I get that. And so that's why a lot of our products that we're coming out with, we understand that and we're sort of gearing it towards that. As an example, this is humichar. This is probably one of the coolest things we've ever come out with, humichar. Now, humichar are tiny little pellets containing 50% biochar and 50% humic acid. We spread it out on the lawn. As soon as water touches it, it basically explodes. It starts to work into the soil. We've been using this for the past 2 years in our vegetable gardens with phenomenal results. Absolutely amazing results. You can go to Dirt Booster and see some of the results there that we're having. But at the same time, this is humichar right here. There's nothing in here that's harmful. Tastes like charcoal. There's nothing in here. There's no nutrients. There's no artificial chemicals. It's just biochar and humic acid. So it's 100% safe. You can put it out on your lawn every single week. Dump it as much as you want into your gardens. We're loading it real heavy into our gardens. And it holds on to all the nutrients. It holds on to the microbes. It holds on to those good things. So that's why you'll find this in the Dirt Booster product. Again, this is OMRI certified organic product for growing certified organic products. The corn, which is natural, and the molasses particles, which are natural, are not certified. So when you combine those, you can no longer call that product certified organic. So do you see where you can get a little bit confused? It can get a little bit confused. We're taking a certified product plus adding some natural corn and molasses to it, and we're no longer certified organic without going through that whole certification process. So it does get a little bit confusing. When you start to look at labels and it says organic, natural, what does that really mean? So if you are a strict organic person, then you could look for the OMRI label on everything that you want. That way you'll know that it's strictly organic, follows their guidelines. Otherwise, use common sense. You know what is natural. You know that things like alfalfa pellets and chicken feed and things like that, they're natural. So putting them into the soil. Now I will warn you, now we make super compost with this Dirt Booster product. We use composted manure and we add the Dirt Booster. I show you how to make these piles that superheat up, and then we mix that into our garden soils. I will warn you, I think one of the most dangerous thing out there is a natural compost pile that people make. People go out and make compost piles and they mix that into their gardens. And let me warn you, can be a huge amount of pathogens and bad bacteria inside compost piles. If you don't know how to properly make a compost pile and you don't get that compost pile up to 130, 140 degrees and it doesn't fully process, you can be bringing a bunch of bad stuff into your gardens. I'm warning you. The sickest I've been in the past 10 years is a bacterial issue. My 2 dogs, a lot of people talk about dog safe, pet safe products. They've never gotten sick from any chemical product I've put on my lawn. You know when they almost died, both of them? They both had a bacterial infection and they both basically had blood shooting out their butts. That's how severe that stuff can get. So the chemical stuff, while people worry about it a lot, I'm not that big. What scares me to death is the bad bacteria and bad pathogens. So you really want to take care of that. That's why I like these dirt booster compost piles. We know exactly what's going into it. We heat them up properly, and then we move that into our gardens. Important point.
What are you doing? You stretching in the sunshine? Oh, it's a good sunny day.
By the way, that's a true story about the girls getting sick. We don't know what they found in the yard. We don't know if it was worms or bugs or what it was, but it was a bacterial infection. And let me tell you what, I spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It was on a weekend. We had to take them over to the University Medical Center, and it was bad. It was bad. And of course, a couple months ago, I thought I had COVID, and it ended up being something bacterial, and I was out. I was basically paralyzed for almost a full week. So you really have to be careful. Bacteria and pathogens scare me a lot more than chemicals, a lot more. Let me show you one last thing. A poolside seating. This table was actually inside our master bedroom under a grow light. I'm moving it out to my shed because within a week or two I'm going to be doing planting. But these are my young seedlings. They just started germinating. I've got a bunch of tomatoes. I've got zucchini. I've got squash. There's a cucumber and peppers. My peppers, for some reason, my peppers are not germinating. I have to get some new seeds. So that table, I'm going to move into my shed with my other one. But I want to show you these seedlings that are probably close to about 5 weeks now. So these are from seed at about 5 weeks. And here's the incredible thing. Let me grab 2 of these plants. So there's no magic here, nothing crazy. I have 2 tomato plants. They're both exactly the same age, same growing conditions, both at about 5 weeks. We used a regular garden soil that has fertilizer in it that you buy at your big box store. This had the dirt booster added to the same thing, and that's the difference between those two. It really is amazing. Just because something doesn't say that it is organic certified or organic doesn't mean that it's not natural. The other thing is don't forget things like synthetic fertilizers. They have their place. You're going to need to use them. You're going to need to use them on your lawn. You're going to need to use them in different things. Pesticides. You're going to have to use some pesticides from time to time. You know, there are natural ways that you can do things, and that's what is great about all this information that's really starting to come out about this stuff. But I just wanted to go over those terms so you understand them a little bit. Hit subscribe. We got a bunch more stuff coming. Dot.